Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One. It is Thursday, June the 20th, the year's 2019. Let's talk trading. Your trading goal. Now, I'm sure you probably thought, well, it's to make money, it's to make a profit. Yes, that is your overall trading goal. Because if you don't make profit, you lose and you'll be out of the game, right? But when you trade, you have to think about what you're doing each trade. It's just like I've started shooting pool again, like to play 8 ball. And when I play, if I worry about winning the game, my mind isn't in the right place. I have a saying in pool. It's like every shot in pool is easy. Some are just easier than others. And for some people, when the balls are straight on, that's the hardest shot there is. Just give them a little angle and then they can make the shot. But straight on, especially the length of the table, a lot of people have problems with that. But you see, when I go to shoot, there's certain things I need to do. I need to look at the whole table and pick the best shot, just like like if you're trading stocks or if you're trading forex or whatever you're trading, you want to pick, you know, the best pair or instrument at the time. So I want to pick the best shot. And then there's certain things I do. I chalk my cue. I line up the shot, take a few practice strokes, and then execute. Well, same thing in trading. You know what method you're using. And each time you want to go through those steps, make sure you got the setup, make sure the trigger is there, and then you execute at the proper time. And so when I'm in pool, shooting pool, sometimes if it's an easy shot, I might not go through all those steps. And you know what? Many times I'll blow an easy shot. And it's not that I can't make the shot, it's just I didn't go through the steps that are necessary. And the same thing in trading. You know, when you put that trade on, you need to do the step of putting your stop loss on. It's that simple. And sometimes if you think, oh, this trade's gonna make me a lot of money, I don't have to worry about the stop, that's the one that winds up draining your account. So the thing is, yeah, in pool I want to win, but how do I get to that win, that victory, sinking that 8 ball? It's by doing all those little steps that I need to do on each and every shot. I don't worry about winning. It's like this shot, I have to do all my steps. And if I do all my steps, usually I'll make that shot. Same thing in trading. You don't worry about the overall win. It's like on this trade, I'm going to do everything right. And I might lose. It might hit my stop, but that's okay. It's part of the game. Part of the game of trading. So when you're out there trading, just remember each and every trade, do those same things. Don't worry about what's going to happen at the end of the week, that you're going to have enough money to go buy the Ferrari or the Porsche or whatever, the Bentley. No, focus on making, this trade right now, doing all the steps, not really worrying about whether it's a winner or a loser. It's focusing, did I do all the things I was supposed to do? So let's take a quick look here. We'll go through the charts. Starting with the weekly, we see we have one unfilled gap. Now yesterday, if I remember correctly, this was almost a doji. As you can see, it's dived down 16 pips off the low. And so we know that's in the rat zone. And as you can see here, I think I pointed this out. But if you look here, look at all these opens under the previous day's midpoint. That's telling. That's really telling. And you can see what happened here. So you can obviously see price is going down as opposed to over here. Look at all these opens above the previous day's midpoint. We're still up for the month. I think the other day this was 355, so you see we're definitely heading back down to that low of the year. Let's see, I can get it on the screen here. 265 above. Now, this is interesting. You see, we entered the first day of the week's range. We entered it here, exited, entered it here yesterday, and also exited. So just taking the shorts at the first day of the week's low proved to be profitable. And you can see here that the open and the weekly low were pretty much within about 1 pip of each other. And we're still above the monthly open. That's why the month is green. But now we're inside the first trading day of the month's range. You can see here we're clearly in there. We've closed in there once, twice. Looks like we're going to close in there for a third time today. Yesterday was an inside bar. You see we had a break, just a small break, but we're back inside. Range, we've got 6 over 100, so volatility seems to be back into the market. And you can see here we broke yesterday's high, we broke yesterday's low, so now we have an outside bar today. Nice 80 pip range on the euro yen. See here, we just had a holo trade, give another opportunity. There was a holo trade, gave a second opportunity to get short. And remember, I was talking about these big bars, how they like to come back to the open. So you see, here's the open of that big bar. It took it a while, but it came back. This is a relatively big bar. Here's the open. As you can see, price came back. There's a relatively big bar. As you can see, the open, price came back. Now this is definitely a big bar, and that's a big bar. And once again, you see price has returned to the open of these big bars. You know, somebody could go, well, same thing happens for little bars too. It's like, yeah, I can't argue that, but this is just something for thinking about targets. So where you might think, well, hey, I got this big bar here, maybe I can shoot for this level. Or maybe, you know, I can shoot for this level. So now you might want to think, let's shoot for this level, 121.65. See if we can get a retrace to there. Does it always work? Of course not. But it works enough times that you can take profit. And just remember, these videos are for educational purposes only, and your results may differ from mine. Okay, we had the pivot point real near the open, no real bias, just taking the trades as they come. You see here in the Asian or New Zealand, Australian, Asian session, there really wasn't much action. Moving into London, nice buy zone here. You see you may have gotten stopped out if you took that short. If you came back the other way, you more than made up. And you see here, we went through the short zone, now we're back up. But once again, there is profit to be had. And you can see here, it didn't make a lower low. So right here, when it exited this wick zone level right about here and came back the other way, that was an indication to take profit. And don't worry about leaving pips on the table because there'll always be another trade. Okay, Larry live trade, Randy real-time trade. Right here you see we're reversing out of that green rat zone. So if there's any green rats out there, take advantage. And we hit that pivot. Almost hit S1 on the daily. Started out above R1 on the daily, right there. Pivots, still 2 missed pivots. And we've got what? Including the day, 7 days left to trade. Maybe, maybe not. We'll just have to see what happens. Price action. Same as always. We can look at the 2-ball, green at the line pro trade, some green at the line here. Nice movement. 3-ball, red at the line trade, pro trade here. Got 2-ball, waiting for a green at the line. Or if you just want to say price won't stay between 2 lines, it opened here, had to leave. Opened here, had to leave. Let's see. As you can see, I think here's, yeah, just about every bar open. Okay, here's one. We opened, but we didn't leave. So you can see, just taking that real simple price action, open and leave, there's pips to be made. Not going to win every time. Sometime it might just be a pip or two. Other times you can take, 10, 20, 30 or more pips. Right here, 10, 20, you continue 30, 40 pips. Yeah, you can say that's hindsight, but since we know what the system is, we know what the method is, we know how to do it, it's just a matter if you trade it and execute. Huge wicks yesterday, so price was just in and out. A nice bust to the upside here. You see you went downside, came back in, upside, came back into the down. And just trading candle color at the horizontal line. Once again, proved to be profitable. Now we had a nice little dip here, and it's come back up. You can see the price action here at the tick level. Once again, for those of you just tuning in, if you hit the F9 key, it will bring up the tick chart. And the way I read this is the peak of the bid, and so if the ask gets below the peak of the bid, price is going down. And then this is the valley of the ask. If the bid gets above there, like it just shot up, now price is going up. Because price can't go up unless it goes above that. And price can't go down unless it goes below that. Sure, there's that, that spread, but price isn't going down unless this ask gets below the peak of the bid. And this is, real-time trading. Looking here at the Einstein line, once again, more perspective. You can see here, there was a trigger here, a trigger there. You could call that a scratch trade. These were probably scratches, but right here you got the nice break. You might have taken profit if you rode. There was more money to be had. But just remember, fellow traders, as you're trading. It's not what you trade, it's